Don't you hate when that happens? You rework it and still don't get the right answer. Okay, so I think this is what 27 looks like, where we have an A. I think that's angle measure X. You have a point B, which means that tangent right there. You have C. You have D, O, and E. Actually, that stops on the circumference of the circle, but it's not going to make it. And the figure shown, O is the center of the circle that is intersected by the tangent chord and secant. Okay, yes, it is going to make a difference because we don't have a tangent chord and secant until I do that. Your tangent is AB, your chord is CD, and your secant is AE. If AB is parallel to CD, so I know this information, these two are parallel to each other. And if the measure of arc DCE is 290 degrees. So DCE is the major arc. You start at D, you go through C, and back around to E. That has a measure of 290 degrees. They want to know what is the measure of X. Well, if arc DCE is 290, what is DE? 70 degrees. Because 290 plus 70 is 360 degrees, which is the circumference of a circle. If I look at this angle that I'm going to mark right there, that's an inscribed angle. What do you know that measure is going to be? Half of 70, which makes it 35. Now, if the tangent is parallel to the chord, these angles are alternate interior, or no, not alternate interior angles. Those are corresponding angles because you have two lines cut by a transversal. So those angles are equal. So what is X? 35 degrees.
What's the answer for 28?
$28. Do you have it in decimal or radical format? Decimal is 20.784. It is 12 radical 3. If you started rounding right off of the bat, you had what? 19 point? It might just be in a rounding early on, I'm guessing. Let's look at it with radicals because radicals are going to be good practice for you. So if you look at 28, you're going to have, it's a hexagon, right? You have a hexagon base where they tell you that that distance right there happens to be 24. And they tell you that a side length is 16 radical 3. And then they give you a cone. The base of a regular pyramid, okay, they give you a pyramid, not a cone, because the base is a hexagon. The base of a regular pyramid is a regular hexagon as shown. The volume of this regular pyramid is 13,824 cubic meters. Find the height of the pyramid. Dimensions are in meters. So they tell you what the volume is. The volume is 13,824. What's the formula for volume? Area of the base times the height. So I got to figure out what is the area of the base. Oh wait, what else? Divide by 3. Okay, so what is area of the base times the height equal to? Well, that's 13,824 times 3. Okay with that? All right, I got to find area of the base. If I look at the area of the base, how many triangles do you have? You are going to have 6 triangles, and the area of that triangle is base, which is 16 radical 3, times the height, which is 24, divided by 2. So you calculate that. 2 goes into 24 12 times. So you need to take 12 times 16 times 6. What's 12 times 16 times 6? 1,152. So the area of the base is 1,152 radical 3. So I'm going to get 1,152 radical 3 times the height is equal to, I'm just going to go ahead and take 13,824 times 3. I don't know, just because you get 41,472. Now to solve, you're going to divide by that area of the base. I should have left it the other way. That's okay. When you divide by that, you're going to rationalize the denominator. So you're going to get 41,472 radical 3 over 1,152 times 3. See, I should have kept that as that times 3. But that's okay. Take 1,152 times 3, and you're going to end up with 41,472 radical 3 divided by 3,456. And if you were to divide just those two numbers, take your 41,472 and divide by 3,456, you end up with 12 radical 3. And your units are meters. Is that everything? Oh, 20. Hallie, can I change that? No? Yeah, no. Twenty says you have 3s over 2 minus 6l over m minus qr. Where do you start? The very bottom. What do you have to do? Common denominator. That common denominator is r. So that makes your problem like this. 3s over 2 minus 6l over m minus q over r. What? Oh, yes, I see what you were saying. Yeah, that was my bad. There you go. Next. Next, you want to focus right here, which, yeah, you are dividing. You're taking 6L over 1, and you are dividing by this bottom fraction, which means you multiply by r over mr minus q. So then you get this. Now you are going to have 3s over 2 minus 6LR over mr minus q. Now what do? Get a common denominator. So if you work with the common denominator, it's mr minus q. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so now you are going to have 3s over 2mr minus 2q. Sorry, I'm probably standing in your way. Minus 6lr all over the common denominator of mr minus q. What's the last thing you do? You are going to flip that fraction and multiply. So you're going to have 3s mr. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. Mr minus q over 2mr minus 2q minus 6lr. So distributive property is going to give you 3s mr minus 3q all over 2mr minus 2q minus 6lr. Yes, thanks, Riley.